Hello, 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 hello. Good morning. I hope you're good. I hope you're doing well. And I hope that Nigeria is treating you fine. From me, if I know. I don't know about you. Joe, is Nigeria treating you fine?
You can no talk.
Who by faith? By
Which
faith?
not by faith though.
Now by what now?
As I did now, if you see Gbese when they follow me now, he passed Nigeria Gbese.
He passed Obele. What? What be that Obele? When this children don't take a person? They started playing one song at the party yesterday. All those women, no, all of them. I was like, what's going on here? And after all, people will now say that there is no money in Nigeria when you made billions from 30 December only. They say no money.
Money day where money day.
Hi, my brother. How you know? That was what I was about to say.
Let's look for where the money day.
Now me and you they slow. Somebody said the money they where the money day.
But why not allow flow?
Who be owner?
Now when no say money the where the money day, me say una know where the money day.
Is that not how we are trying to look for the money? That's why somebody will just sit down, cut person neck, carry the head.
Near church.
You know, that's why people when don't even know who be Jesus say they be gospel singers. Maybe they don't do secular music, it not blow. They'll call say, be let's say gospel don't play. Now they say that an embassy competition not today there. Let's just start. So you just carry one. I mean, give me the beat of Obele. Give me the beat. Give me the beat. Oh yeah, the hammer for me. Obele. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Manage now, manage.
You don't follow anybody.
You get one for there. Okay, no, now see, this is what is happening now. Everybody, oh my God. So
God is so patient.
Forever
Everybody
patient.
Just call the name.
Forever
people when we
patient.
say they don't talk with Satan, go see.
Forever
call
patient.
God name like that.
That is his modus operandi. Is that it? Oh yeah, wear your headphones so you can. Oh yeah, give me my code. Don't remove it. Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
Oh, now the guy
Jesus. No. Oh yeah, break it down. Once they just drop Jesus inside, they don't turn to gospel musician be that. And you all will believe them. Look, it's very annoying. Even this my sick tune. Give me this my sick tune. Take it up. Give it up. You know, this Afrobeat sick tune now. Now just to put vibe on top now. Okay. You go to shout put them on rhyme. Okay. Oh yeah. Volume 4. No, play the real one. The intro tune. Because you guys have been screaming this boy is a gospel musician since. Oh yes. Oh, once I was bad, now I'm good. Oh God, you saved me, saved my soul. Once I was bad, now I'm good. Oh God, you saved me, you saved my soul. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Savior.
You become an evangelist.
It don't turn to gospel music. The next thing they go invite me for church program, or they will invite for so and so. That's why somebody will just open mouth and sing rubbish. You don't. As a Christian, you're supposed to feel. That's why when I not go feel anything, but because it just obey Jesus put inside, it don't be gospel musician. You can't say Temileyin. That boy, if you go to that boy's, that's his name now, Temileyin. If you go to his page, be it Twitter or whatever, this was somebody who says he's an atheist, right? He starts singing gospel music because he tried this one, it not blow. He tried that one, it not blow. He do crypto, it not work because he says he's a crypto dealer. All of them, not all of them. Some of you just believe and say gospel musician. You see what's going on here?
Even pastor feel they leave kid for him.
They even invite him for program confirmed. His beard unkept. You could see that this young man, look into his eyes, you see something was off. And now some people want to blame the girl. Oh, the girl this, the girl that. Every girl won't marry now. Every girl likes soft life. I used to go beg, soft life not crime, but work for your soft life. So please, the long and short of that music I just released now. All you who are Christians, you easily just accept any song that just drops because they drop a name inside. I hope you know that Jesus is just a normal name. Jesus is a football player too now.
Okay.
People bear that name as normal name, but what is the power behind? Have you checked the power behind? Temileyin say be gospel musician on agree. He cut person head, and that is what they're using to sell the story. Gospel musician. I use God beggars. Let's all be smart about this thing 2025. Let's not allow people to use religious terms and all to lead us astray, because this story is very painful.
You know one thing I like in Nigeria police? Yeah? If
It's
Nigeria
Mike.
if Nigeria police, if you just enter Nigeria police, they say the person is a suspect. You now say pastor or Afa, they say, oh yeah, sit down there. Because they know say some of them they use those names
To
till
cover.
they commit a lot of
Yes.
a lot of things. I follow one report one day, and the guy they call himself Afa, and they were not supposed to say he was killing someone for. I think he used 4,000 naira to kill two people.
4,000.
Yeah, 4,000. Say they pay 4,000. So the third person, they now have you say they're supposed to give him 12,000 and now give him 10,000 naira. It was at the commissioner of police office that year.
Look at
I
that.
think I remember that story.
He now become, in fact,
Somewhere in Ogun State. Abi?
yes, Ogun State.
I remember that story.
Look at that.
4,000 naira. So he
4,000.
say don't do 3. Instead of them to give him 12,
Yeah.
they now give him 10,000 naira. That is killing, not be killing chicken, no. Human being.
Best when they kill chicken for market, that they pay and pass yourself.
And they tell you,
You know, we have to set our
and
priorities.
they call himself
right.
Afa.
I mean, straight and right. You know, okay, you see, I was playing with that. Not playing, I was giving a sample of what's going on in that realm. And you just find somebody who just picks maybe a P-Square song, changes the word, and
Put
puts
Jesus.
it somewhere inside. It don't turn to, they say, don't turn to gospel. I think Christians, sanitize your music domain and be sure of the ministers you have there. And those of you who even want to invite them for church programs, be sure of who you're inviting. Lest the world just believes that that is how it is. That is not how it is, because that so-called gospel music that we just taken for granted, it's supposed to be a part of what now? Of the evangelism that you're supposed to be doing. I don't know if I'm wrong.
No, you know they're wrong at all.
Now,
If they
wow.
can invite those people now, they're not going to invite me.
What do you
For me
sing?
to just go there, at least I go just say Jesus, Jesus.
Don't take the name in vain. May I play blade for you? May you turn out to gospel if you fit. If you fit, I will invite you. You've been hearing his voice in the background, and he promised to be back, and here he is against all odds, because not only does they feel the Harmattan and all when he did right now, himself feel the Harmattan, but somehow he managed to make it here. He's a Lagos director of NOA. We had a chat with him some time back being exactly 1 week today, last Wednesday, and here he is today, Dr. Mustafa Tukar. Where you from? I like the two names, Mustafa Tukar.
I'm from Lagos.
You're from Lagos? Is you?
What's
Mustafa Tukar now? How?
Mustafa.
No, your mic.
No, Mustafa is a Muslim name.
That's fine. No,
and-
is that Tukar? But
yes.
it's like Bamaga Tukar.
No.
You are Mamaga Tukar. Oh, nice, but I like your name. And it shows that no matter where we are in the country, we're all one united front.
Exactly.
Yes. So, sorry, we've been bombarding you. You're a Muslim. Yes, you see, but we're on the same page talking about what should be decent, what should be good, and what should be right as a people.
Issue of rightness. Oh, sorry. Let me. Good morning, listeners. Good morning, listeners, and good morning, the questions. Yeah, well, issue of rightness, of course, to me, has a lot of connotation with morality. What is moral? What is ethical? And if you want to even go religious, you can say what is godly. Yes, because a lot of us profess godliness, but without exhibiting that, in our attitudes. Yes, I overheard you when you were trying to talk about some religious leaders or gospel musicians, of course, who tend to profess what they don't even exhibit, in themselves. So, the issue of what is right, to me, has not. I mean, has absolutely everything to do with morality, and anything short of that, of course, to me is absolutely not it. So, and that is why we have our religious institutions. I do tell people that the role of religion is essentially to moderate our moral conduct. And we found that people who claim to be religious leaders being found around immoral, unethical things, and that has been one of the major problems we are facing in the country. We just need to retrace our steps, and we also need to admonish our religious institutions and leaders and what have you, to always also exhibit what they preach to. You don't just stand on the on the pulpit to quote scriptures to us without even you reflecting that
in your everyday life.
In your everyday life. Because yes, the story you shared the other time, I was aware about. Yes, I followed that story. I think I also, a few days ago, while I was driving out with my wife, we touched on that similar story, and it continues to baffle me that why should we all continue to find people who are supposed to lead us right in such things, in ritual killings. Whenever you open pages of newspaper or you are on social media, and you hear that police arrest people for ritual making, you find that either they are one pastor or imam. So it always amazes me and gives me concern that why should we ordinarily find people in such tough around ritual killing.
Where did we get it wrong in this area of love of money? There is no problem with you liking money, right? People will usually quote that scripture as money is the root of all evil. You are very wrong if you're saying it that way. That is not what that line is. The line is the love of money is the root of all evil, because money in itself is a good thing, right? Is a good servant. Money answereth all things. Let's leave it at the way it is, like that. But when there is love attached to it, it now becomes a big problem. Working with the NOA, you've seen a lot of things. You've gone through several campaigns, so you would have seen this metamorphosis in our way of seeing money in Nigeria. At what point do you think it got this bad that money seemed to be the master instead of the servant? The love of money has become so strong. At what point?
I think it has a lot to do with let me say the society itself, and that the urge, this new urge for inordinate ambitions across society. And yes, beyond the economic factors that has made people to, of course, want to also rush to I think recently, just last December, we ran a series of programs, and part of what we emphasized on was the issue of getting rich quick syndrome was one of the issues that we discussed, that we even went out to even discuss with people. And we found out that their urge has to do with a lot of inordinate ambition of people. People these days are getting more greedier. Let me use that word.
Yeah, when did we start becoming that way? Or has it always been there? Social media is just making us see it more.
Well, greed has always been part of human existence. I believe that. But again, I think what has also aided that maybe could be attributed to the economic situations in the country. People want to survive at all costs. and people, the issue I mentioned earlier, the issue of getting this quick syndrome too. You want to be like your neighbor. You see, a 25-year-old guy driving jeep, and somebody who is just a mechanic, and he sees the guy and he doesn't know how he got his money from. So he also wants to be like him. So the urge, and again too, honestly speaking, we must also admonish our leaders, religious leaders, and even the political elites. The display of ostentatious life too can also be another factor. Yes, yesterday I was reading on the social media. Somebody was alleging that a particular GO of one of the churches just acquired a jet, and maybe two, I think two shoppers, and a jet. Ordinarily, of course, such a part of what you also experience in the country. When people who are supposed to lead by example, who are supposed to obey our moral compass, are also exhibiting such ostentatious life. It's like, what are we telling?
What if they can afford it? What if they honestly can afford it? Because in this life, there are people who are honestly rich.
Yes,
so should they, because of...
what I'm trying to say is that, yes, affordability too has to do with... We all know, the sources of income. We know there are people who don't even have a company you can point at.
No, I'm talking of, for instance, somebody who has legitimate source of life.
Yes,
what stops them?
No. We have people, of course. Like, for instance, if I don't want to mention, if I know that maybe an industrialist now, somebody who owns a factory, who owns companies, buys a jet today, I wouldn't even be surprised. But when you hear that politicians or a GO of a church,
I mean, even bank CEOs, as far as I'm concerned, they're not supposed to have
exactly.
such, because the money, our money.
Exactly.
I was in Oyo State sometimes last year. Last year. Yeah. I just went to somewhere with my daughter. I saw people coming around from one place in the morning, on Monday morning, and I'm not asking what is going on. He said there is a church there, a religious house there, that if you make your money through Yahoo, the woman help to clean the money. That is, remove any cause or ladies come and see that place was like, come and see people through pin.
The police not hear about that place to go and arrest all of them?
The person get escort.
He get escort.
He get escort when they.
Let me also surprise me. Let me go add to what you have just said. Some time ago, I was on social media too. An Islamic a cleric was preaching in support of that. That there's nothing wrong in praying for young boys. You can imagine that. Yes, I saw it all. That there's nothing wrong in praying for young boys.
One thing that be affecting, one thing that be aiding crime, one enabler of crime in Nigeria is the policing agency, particularly the police. They say we never hear any report. Person never.
You have to report it first.
Yes, now. Yes, they will tell you if they want to look for an excuse route. Because if you are a law enforcement agency, you can even be the way this person. I know this guy for the past how many. Okay, you be seeing me now. What are the strokes? Sometimes they ask JD for urgent 2K.
And chicken.
and chicken never still give me.
Till tomorrow.
I now tell him that JD, I don't get one hanger for airport. One in Abuja, one in Lagos, one in Edo State. There's nothing wrong for police to ask me.
How? And if JD goes to tell them, they may come back to tell you that JD said.
I go tell them, okay, let me deal with JD. They go deal with JD, say you are misleading, giving wrong information to police. The issue of Hush Puppy and this man, former DCP, Kiari. You hear whereby the story was a different thing, whereby you go report, and as you go report, they found out that one, una come, and I was following one matter. They report the guy, they invited They went there to go and serve invitation. When you read there, the way they came out, the way police came out, you know, say the other person that report was in trouble.
Oh.
You understand it? If foreigners, okay, let me take care of.
First,
people take care of them. Take care of all of them. They anything you want, like home buffet. You understand? Then when you are now going, at least you get transport that can help if you decide to travel out of.
That is sad. That means the reporter would not be a problem. How is the NOA dealing with this particular thing? Because the average Nigerian will be too afraid to go and report a Tᴡɪ̀ᴛᴛᴇʀ, for instance, if they had observed something weird going on. The average Nigerian will be too afraid to help somebody they see on the road that maybe is dying, because they feel that by the time I report, the tables may turn on me. What is NOA doing about this to change this particular thing that is slightly or gradually becoming a culture in the country, a bad culture?
Thank you very much. Yes, last time I told you that we, as an agency of government, that yes, we are an agent of society, but at the same time we don't enjoy power of enforcement, but we do, of course, rely mostly on our moral suasion aspect of it. In fact, I can also tell you that yes, we are doing our best in that regard, because we have a unit called social justice unit. In every of our offices, we have a social justice desk, and recently too, we went into collaboration with National Human Rights Council, and we are even trying to establish desks now across our local government offices.
Okay, that means each local government office you have an NOA seat there.
No, a desk.
No, they have NOA all local government.
We have offices in all local government.
Okay.
But
I mean in their offices you have a seat in their office.
Yes, a desk office for human rights.
Just like you have Servicom.
Exactly. So we are trying to to cascade this down to the grass, so that people who fall into such category can also, even if they don't have means of approaching, the court, or they can use our platform to access justice. That's why we are trying to collaborate with the National Human Rights Commission, and of course we have done that already. We have compiled and we are trying to see how we can fully establish that across 774 offices that we have. Why we are doing this with a National Human Rights Commission is that, of course, they don't have the structure, but we have that structure. We have offices across, so we are relying on them so that we can have formidable desks where people can, of course, access justice. Even if you have issues like that and you don't know how to address it, you can just walk in.
Go to that desk and say, please, something, and your table can help them push that forward, covering the person until the right time.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about. Go ahead.
Before that, another thing for us to comply with the rules and regulations. I do tell you, if you look at the police at 2020, at the table, if you go across, including the IGP office, if you look at all the cell, all the police cell, including force headquarters, is completely contrary to Section 38 of the Police Act, that people must be treated with humane, not through like. If that cell is, if you look at that section and the cell, all the police cell, it's a violation of that act. That
because of how they cramp the people.
They say a person is presumed innocent, but the cell have already made the person guilty of that offense. I was in Lion Building on Friday. I just asked the lady, I said, so this cell is still the way, because I was arrested there year 2000. That was the first cell that I entered. They were looking for convict music. They were looking for my uncle, and my uncle traveled to Benin. It is me that they Benin. As
which beans there?
Which beans? You see, if you're a nature call, just branch the same place, just do it. I was asking the woman, so this cell, she did like exactly the way since year 2000, and God forbid this. I just say, okay, please, nature call, I want to just ease myself. Lady, see, if you go to Lion Building, where they obey nature, If the other big one call, if you just enter that place, thing will go back. Say I can't drop it.
Okay,
here.
it's breakfast. It's breakfast time for some people. These are some of the things that I think we're trying to change with the National Values Charter, right?
Yes, that is.
So the National Values Charter is something that's supposed to be launched this first quarter of the year.
Yeah.
And last time we promised that we're going to take a look at it, what it's all about, and the different legs. After we look at this, it will be your time to join us. We can contribute to what we'll be sharing with you today. All right? The National Values Charter, what's it about?
Yes, National Values Charter, like I told you, is a flagship program. When the new Director General came on board last 2023, one of the things he observed that why we still have that gap, between the citizens and the government is that there are still so many things we have not really addressed. That we have not addressed those things, and until we made bold efforts to address those things, that is when we can achieve some meaningful, progress and development.
Things like?
Yes. I'm still coming back to that because that is what the core they are, and it's called that there seems to be gap, like I said, gap between those who govern us and and the citizens. And what can we do is to bridge this gap. And part of what, of course, we have come up with is that that there is need for us to have at least something symbolic that will bind us together as people of this country, whether you are on the side of the government or you are just an ordinary citizen. And that's why our register came up with the idea of National Values Charter. It's a charter, like I said, it's like a bond, or what I can also call social contract. What we call social contract, in political science. That we must ensure that we bridge this gap by having something that will bind us together. That we must, as a matter of urgency, come up with the responsibilities of not only the citizens to the state, but also the responsibility of those in government to the citizens. And from there we'll be able to have what can I call a measure, or a metric to assess our progress. Because if we don't have all of this on the ground, there's no way we can measure that whether government is actually doing what's supposed to do for the citizens, or the citizens themselves are also doing what it's supposed to do for the progress of society. That's why we now came up with that idea, and good for it. When the memo was presented by the DG through the ministry and the minister to the FEC, it was graciously approved, to the point that Mr. President, on the 4th of this year, in his broadcast, he promised that the charter is going to be launched, in this quarter, which means that maybe latest by March to be launched. And what that charter talks about is that we have what we call 7 for 7. 7 for 7 is an acronym that is those essential 7 itemized things that government must address, must take as its own responsibilities. And the other 7 are those items that citizens must also take as their own core responsibilities too. And if you allow me, I can read them out so that we can
bullet points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Like on the side of government, yes, government of course must make this promise that they ensure equality. Equality, yes. Equality, number 1. Equality. You are talking about the issue of human rights violation. So all of this won't be there if we see everybody in society as being equal, and we uphold the fundamental principles of the rule of law. That is what it's about. Secondly, is what we call a democracy. Of course, democracy, as we have it today, is the only government made by the people themselves. And government can be more beneficial only if such a government is also put up by the people themselves.
Okay, we have to run through them, maybe one.
Okay.
So that
Then we have entrepreneurship,
okay,
peace and security, inclusivity, freedom and justice on the side of government. But on the side of the citizens, of course, citizens must also take note of all of this. First one is what you call discipline. Because if you're not disciplined, of course,
that should cover everybody now.
Yes,
because even governments can lack discipline.
Yeah, we have mentioned that on the side of government, but discipline is part of the citizens, like simple obedience to law, simple driving against traffic. When I was coming, I saw just to obey traffic light. If we want to build a society, a good society, we must, of course, build discipline people first as well. Then we have duty of care, which is also lacking. Duty of care. We don't care what happens to your neighbor. We don't show. And when you talk of government is something can be far from us. But we as citizens, we must ensure that we be our brother keepers within our sphere, within our own little sphere, before we can approach the government, who is far away from us. Then we have environmental awareness, resilience, accountability, tolerance and leadership too. These are on the part of because as citizens we must also exemplify leadership qualities too. Because as we know, leaders are made from the citizens, and before you can emerge or transit to that level, you must have also exhibited such traits in you. And that's why we have studious leadership community development, and we see how people have committed themselves as well to promoting good governance even at that level.
Dr. Sukar, let me step in a bit. This 7 for 7, can we make it a case of 7 for 7, in that 7 for the citizens will include even those in leadership, because they themselves are citizens too? The 7 for leadership will just be leadership as in the term leadership, because if the politicians, the leaders themselves lack discipline, they lack care, accountability and all that, is a major problem. And I feel some of these campaigns, when we run some of these campaigns, driving against traffic, take a look at that. Driving against traffic, the police, for instance, shouldn't be driving against traffic, because sometimes they do. Politicians, people who are going with escorts, shouldn't be beating the red lights, because they do. You shouldn't be pushing people out of the road, because they do. These are citizens themselves who just have political power.
Yes, I mentioned something earlier on that of course leaders are made from the citizens. But let me also remind you, while I was reading out the one that concerns the government, I mentioned the issue of inclusivity. I mentioned equality. You see, it is not as if issue of discipline has excluded leaders too. Of course, it is just that we are trying to so that we have clear-cut roles, which in fact the other part of the citizenship code too also affect the leaders, because they are also citizens. We are only looking at government, not individuals in government now. We are looking at the government
as an entity.
Is entity institutions. That the other 7 is looking at government as an entity. But every other 7 component that concerns citizens also affect people in government too. We are also trying to preach that. You remember, a governor in Lagos State, even made that as part of his own personal principle, that he will not even use sarin.
Even though they stop for traffic light.
Yeah. And he was the one that even showed that even no matter who you are, if you apply the BRT lane, you, except you are not caught, you will be arrested and proper justice will be served on you. And we saw what happened to a colleague in the army.
In respect of the discipline, what have one lecturer in Unilite take us then? It took us sociology of education. Yes. This immediately when he's coming to this, he doesn't come to class with his phone. He's a lecturer in Unilite, Dr. Sojiun. He doesn't come to.
So you shouldn't use your phone too.
Now immediately enter class, we beg, we call, he says, please, I didn't come to the class with my phone. See, kindly, because I won't ask you not to come with the class with your phone. Please, put your phone
In silence.
on silent,
Leadership by example, huh?
or possibly, if it is possible, you just switch it off. You understand it? And everybody now know immediately. Oh, it is a doctor's class. Everybody comport himself. You know, he's already tell you. It doesn't come to the class with his.
So indirectly here, we're lacking leadership by example. So I'm making an appeal that as the NOA, we'll be starting some rounds of sensitization and going about telling people what should be, because the NOA had a major role that it played. I still I told you the other time now, when I saw the thing written on your cap, I am a real Nigerian. I remember one NOA campaign that time. Me, I like my country. I like the land and people. Everything he did for Nigeria. Even though it was a full song, they took it as a campaign too. And all this to make Nigeria our lover. And we the lover. I mean, Nigeria's lover too. Lover versus lover equals to love. But now it's like, once people get into the offices, political offices, even big man office, because it cuts across, every other person now looks like an ant. They don't care. They don't send. And the other time, there was a video where a big man in Nigeria, the children were on social media. They were oblaying with, what do you call it, with words of naira. And they arrested the policeman first. It was because there was this major cry. Because he was standing with those two boys when they were, and he was helping them to hold the bundles when they were spraying, right? And if not for the hue and cry, I don't think maybe they would have invited those two boys. Do you understand? So, how can we get to a point where we will do the right thing, whether we call people out on social media or not? It's a big job for the NOA. What is the plan?
Let me take you back on that same issue. I want to tell you that. Who started that?
What?
That idea of people being arrested for spraying naira. Yes.
Anyway, you started it. And so how do you want to ensure that
what you saw was just a continuation of a campaign against that. I remember I personally went to deliver letters to Musician Association of Nigeria in the office in
P-Man.
Yes, and the other Fuji Musician Association of Nigeria, arising from a traditional ruler in Ogun State, who was seen on social media, spraying. In fact, our Director General had to write to him, and that traditional ruler was suspended. Yes, was suspended. So afterward, we came up with a number two, which I personally went to deliver to the president of the Fuji Musician Association of Nigeria, Sulele, and the other one, Iľukpeju here. And since then too, when you look at the trend, you see that most of the people now have box. The one you saw. You saw the video, right? The police man
and the two boys.
The two boys of
that were doing Jaden. That was his music they were playing. Original Bad Waiting. Oh my God!
It is just part of our campaign, and EFCC and the police authority, of course, are keen into that, because that it's an abuse of naira. I told you the other time that we work with CBN too in the preaching against naira abuse and so on. These are part of what we have been doing, and we are, of course, it can't just take in one swoop. It has to be gradual. But I believe we are achieving, and we are seeing results. For a traditional ruler to have been suspended because of our action, of course, means that yes, that can be achieved. I believe that. But it has to be gradual. And again, you mentioned something that even for Mr. President to have alluded to the fact, not only that the FEC, that Federal Executive Council, approve of this, he committed himself to launching that campaign in this first quarter. Means that yes, by the time Mr. President himself commits himself to such a project, I believe everybody in government sit up.
Okay, Lady C, what could we quickly address the one of Lady C now? He has been contributing
Why
seriously.
is it me you are using?
No, she has been contributing seriously to how Nigeria can be better.
Okay, I like that.
Personally, from her mother's womb self.
I like that.
Been.
Yes,
so,
yes.
At the same time, Oga, you have been contributing seriously, and two of you did not have escort. There are some people who, even when you go ask, why is this person having this number of escorts? I don't believe on DSS. I only follow the SSS, police. I saw one man where you're having. What is the job of? What is his contribution to the growth of Nigeria, whether politically, socially? That he has a number of escorts that even Donald Trump, if he no get those. So what are you doing about that?
I think government is addressing that, and even all security agencies are addressing that. You remember that several times the IGP himself has said that, and yes. Ordinarily, in the protocol, the government protocol, there are some state officials who, of course, enjoy.
These are not state officials.
No, I'm still coming back to that. Yes, I'm also addressing that. And against that.
All right, 0913 0600 0410. I'm trying to get used to this zero talk because this is what I am really used to. 0913 6000410. That's the number you'll be calling. So sometimes you hear me say this or say that, just bear with me. And when you call, please tell us your name, where you're calling from, and you try and make it brief so we'll have more people join us. Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning, Lady C.
Hey, this sounds like Mayor from Ikotu.
Exactly from Ikotu.
Welcome, Mayor. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. Joe.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Tğᴇ.
She's in Nigeria. She's still I've been listening to you before. When you get to job, he was suspended. When you go to that person, you'll be imprisoned. The law is divided. So people are getting the law. Oba all is suspended. But the number went to prison, the abuse of Naira, double standard. You see the people of Nigeria. So people are getting the law. When you come to the place, they will bend it. With ordinary man, they make sure they jail you. So it's the over because that's the law that you don't suspend him and others to go to jail. We're not going anywhere. This country is not going anywhere. Or to do the right thing. Everyone will be equal before the law. But this is a bending matter. You never work. This country is not going anywhere. Or to do the right thing.
All right, Mayor. Thank you very much, Mayor. He said, look at that. That one was suspended, another one was imprisoned. That why wasn't the same punishment for the same crime for the same Nigerians?
Well, what I can say is that the first person I think was a first offender, and I believe maybe that was why that charge happened. And at that time,
Bobrisky, for instance, that was first offender too.
No, well, I don't know much about his own case, and I don't know how actually it was.
I think sometimes when they say someone commit offense, maybe some will feel that remorse, some will not be talking and talking and talking and talking.
All right, you were saying something, and doctor. Okay, all right, okay. Let's just take this. Hello, how are you? The Lord should answer that question too. Hello.
Good morning,
Hey, Peter Osifo, how are you? Good morning. Could you be a little louder?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
I'm calling from a project. First, on the lighter mood, I had my friend Mr. Joseph saying that you and the guests you have been trying for the country and you don't have escort. Why others who have money and they've not been trying as much as we have escort. And I want to ask Mr. Joe, will any people before your enemy when Mr. Joe is there? Is he not an escort?
Oh, Joe, you yourself, you be escort. That's what he's saying. That we don't even need another escort.
I'm an escort when I'm around you. So no evil before you when I'm around. So Joe should understand that too.
All right.
According to the issue at stake, one of the issues you are talking about, that's the when they say there are some criminals and maybe they don't know how to make sure that people know about these criminals and sensitize the public. Even Mr. Joe did give an example, by talking about getting 2,000 naira and then maybe possible having other case and that person goes to report and they now want to sanction that person instead of Mr. Joe himself. I took that as an example. But remember when Lai Mohammed was there, he has this philosophy. If you see something, you say something. The time when Tağᴇ was at the peak in the north.
Okay.
So I think we citizens should also invite that philosophy. If you see something,
You say something.
Why
All right.
Why the should decide people on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So is that same case of see something, say something, trying to protect the person who is saying something?
I told you that we were running a program, and in fact, those are part of the the words we were carrying about. If you see something, say something, and we've been urging people, because when you talk of insecurity, people who commit these crimes are not spirits. They live within us. Most of them, even they are our brothers, sisters. But because most time too, we close our eyes to this crime. And of course, if you close your eyes to crime, you don't even report, you don't even make case of. There's no way the security agencies can know.
That is in another word.
And that is why we just
everybody, this is our own criminal, but may we live.
Another campaign they ran many years ago was one that inside they say armed robbers not be. I know the money that's been assigned to you is about 400 plus which may not be enough, but I think that some strategic scripting and campaigning or scripting and productions could be done too. That would really stick in the minds. And again, I want to encourage anyway, this is me speaking personally, that what you are running now is beautiful. I told you last time, it's beautiful, good for children and all that, but I think we need stronger ones that could run too, and neutral things that talk Nigeria, not about any administration. I think we need things like that. See me talking about the ones from over 30 years ago.
I told you also that these are programs that are also evolving. Program. And again, when we try to make a comparison of our present situation with what happened 30 years ago, we might not be making accurate comparison. Let me just say something. I must tell you, we live in different environment now. The time you are talking about was different socio-political environment entirely. That was under the military, where one man was successful for appointing all the governors in the state. Then where we don't even have there was no social media. Even then too, only government controls the media. You either listen to NTA or FRCM.
But Dr. Tucker, what I'm saying is not, I'm talking of the modus. The way. Because whether it is olden days or nowadays, the format that is being run now, as I said, is a beautiful format, but the target cannot just be see what we've been talking about. If you see something, say something, ostentatious type of living. And so there are ways too we could run this that will hit the adults the way you want. That is what I'm talking about.
I just told you that last week.
Yes.
That what we are trying to do is that we are trying to ensure that
hold on please. Just drop your line.
That we catch or we capture every segment of society. And we're also adopting multiple approach. We use of social media, and because these are things that are appealing to you. And we told you the other time that majority of Nigerian population of course fall within the age of 18 to youth bracket, and that's why we are also focusing more on them too, because these are the people that now determines our socio political environment. So we have to also focus attention on them.
Okay. Don't worry, I will still talk. Don't worry. But we'll go to the next one now. Let me give the number again. Sorry. 0913-600-0410. If you have time, we have some 5 or so more minutes to go. We could take a couple of more calls. The NOA Director Lagos is here with us. You could speak with him and state any other concern you have too. He's here to listen to you. Good morning. How are you, sir?
Hello, Auntie Cordelia, I greet you.
I greet you, sir. What's your name, Uncle?
The MP of the line.
Hello, Uncle Dampy.
I greet Fᴜʟᴜ.
Yes.
Good morning, sir.
I greet the man.
The director of Lagos, NOA,
Okay,
Dr. Tğᴇ.
I greet you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Please, you are always saying NOA near. Please let us know the full meaning.
National Orientation Agency
Yes.
of
Okay,
Nigeria.
I thought as much as I heard. Oh, okay, quick one. The thing there, I will blame it on our law system. If they Stephen, they make sure justice is prevailed. I'm telling you, people will not want to commit crime. That's number one. I went to a church. They said, come and donate money. Come and donate 6 million. People donated their cars. What will that tell you? Is that a church? In that same church, I went there. I was at the front seat. They said I should go back. I'm not wearing suit. Is that a church? Look at musicians are putting they are putting smoke, different kind of drugs on the internet. What do you know how many million of followers they are following? Do you know how many children that are watching them that want to be like them? You sing about money, cars, drugs, promote these things. So these people we want to look for any way to get that money. Who told you ritual will give money? They are deceiving themselves. That is what I want to see. Government should stiffen the law. Make sure the law prevail, justice prevail.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, want to respond to that? The things you just referred to now.
You know, I mentioned that.
Yes.
At the intro of this program, that until our leaders, political, religious, also simplify that moral to do that, it showed good examples, like what you have said. You don't promote a suspicious lifestyle, and you at the same time want to curb immorality in society. When you are also exhibiting such things, until we begin to preach hard work, we begin to preach modesty. That is where we can, of course, begin to change all of this. If not, youth will continue to embrace the quick rich syndrome.
Get rich quick.
And that is why we have continued to emphasize that in our national value charter project, program that we are running. We make sure that at every given opportunity that we have to talk to people, we chip in that too. Issue of getting rich quick syndrome, that people should try to share that.
Ostentatious display.
Display. It's one of the things that, of course, is promoting crime, ritual killings, and also of crimes, people commit every day. Okay. When you open papers, newspaper, social media, either you see that the NDLA, pick some people at the airport for drug trafficking, or EFCC, handed off some young guys, for Yahoo, or the police arresting some clerics, for ritual killings.
Okay, sorry. Let me quickly read this, and we should have said this earlier. Thank you for reminding us. From OC Morale of 9 Brigade Military Barracks in Ikeja Cantonment, he greets us. We greet you too. And you're saying, may God continue to bless the souls of our gallant fallen heroes. Happy Armed Forces Remembrance Day to all the gallant military officers and men. Thank you so much, OC Morale at 9 Brigade Military Barracks in Ikeja Cantonment for that message. And yes, your message on this beautiful day as we remember our fallen heroes.
Yes, let me respond to Osi.
He just sent
I used to know what Osi Moran in my NYC days too. We call him Osi Moran. I don't know whether it's the same person.
So you can send your own.
On the day of, today is Armed Forces Members Day, the day that has been dedicated to, in honor of our heroes, fallen heroes, and even those that are still living. And we have to also appreciate, Mr. President, for his gracious enhancement of military personnel. I think some allowances recently, even for those who are living. So let us continue to appreciate our gallant men who fight day and night to ensure that our society is secured.
Right.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mustapha Tğᴇ. He is the Lagos Director, NOA, National Orientation Agency of Nigeria. And a special greetings to all our military personnel. We thank you for all the work you've been doing, and we continually will support you, just as we call on the government to give them the right weapons to fight with, to work with, because I'm sure these people want to work. Just let them have the right thing, as we've always done. Continually have that. Joseph and Oga Driver is already here.
Yeah, my own is please, if there's any of them, those military guys that are retired, please quickly let them see their alert today. The last alert should be today.
Let
and
them
those that
pay their
sustain
pensions.
injury, let us continue to appreciate them and make sure you take good care of them.
Oga Driver, how far now? You don't come on.
I don't come, but before talking about road safety now, I give kudos to our military men because I have two professions I respect and admire the officers. One is the military and paramilitary and medicine. So when you are now a military doctor, you can imagine
Double honor.
you are giving your life to save lives. So once again, kudos to them. Congratulations on the Armed Forces Remembrance Day. This praying that the Lord will preserve you while you're trying to save our lives. Now,
For today, what when I get today?
the maintenance of the lighting system.
Very good.
Lighting system in the car. You have to be seen. You have to see
And be seen.
and be well seen. One. Number two, your New Year resolutions. You know, we are all duty bound to prevent accidents. No, we don't call them accidents, road traffic crashes. So you want to bring them to the barest minimum so that
Okay.
the only crash where you go see for road, maybe say lizard cross express.
Hey, lizard.
trailer driver, trailer
I
tire,
beg,
mash
We should do sensitization to lizard. Me, you know how you dey cross. I beg. Because even lizard life matter. All right. Dr. Mustapha Tğᴇ, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure we're going to be doing this again. Once the charter is out, you let us know so we can expand on it. And I wish the NOA the very best. Right, and the more you do, I believe the more Nigerians will know too. He is the Lagos Director of the National Orientation Agency. Thank you so much. And Oga Driver is next. Enjoy the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm Cordelia Obe.
Joseph Fᴜʟᴜnᴜ Wednesday morning.
All right, Tuesday will be different. Bye bye.